Hi, welcome to R.A. Fischer's training room. Today I'm going to be going through using our Fischer Iontophoresis device, the setup, and your first treatment. I'll be demonstrating it for the hands, but the same basic setup applies for the feet, and what I would recommend for anyone who's looking to treat both hands and feet, or palmar-plantar hyperhidrosis patients. For the first week or two, you'll want to start out treating them separately, just so you can establish your baseline settings. You can think about it, the skin on your hand versus the skin on your feet, it's a different thickness, right? And so the feet can generally tolerate higher power settings versus the hands. So in order for you to get dryness as quickly as possible across both of those extremities, I'm gonna have you start out treating them individually. So to start, here we have our main control unit right here. I've set up my trays preliminarily. I kind of have them facing me so that these ergonomic armrests are more comfortable for the treatment. I have the black silicone graphite electrodes placed down and then the pH balancing foam inserts on top of that. What I'm going to do first is plug in this main control unit. I have the power cord here. Let me go ahead and plug that on in. All right, and now power switch right and back. Flick that on. You'll see the device comes right on. While that's booting up, I'm going to go ahead and plug in my black electrodes using the electrode cables here. In back, you'll see that there's an E1 and an E2 spot. Doesn't matter which one you plug it into for the purpose of this demonstration, because I would suggest that you treat on the auto setting, and as long as you're treating on auto polarity switch, you won't have to worry about E1 versus E2. Here's that second electrode cable. Plug that in back. Now let's take a look at our settings. So the top setting is going to be your time duration. I suggest patients start out treating for 20 minutes and every other day for at least the first week or two, or until you start to see dryness. The second level is your milliamperes. This is the power setting. I get the question all the time, how should I be treating? What number should I be using? It's really important to understand that everyone treats at a different level. For your first time, start low. 3 or 5. Don't worry about placing your hands into the trays, seeing what it feels like, and then being able to take it back out to adjust either up or down based on your experience. This third line is the direct versus pulsed current setting. I suggest my patients start out treating on the direct current setting, which is just a straight bar. That's really for the most effective treatment. The pulsed current will allow you to treat for more comfortable if you do find that the direct current is a little bit too intense for you. And then finally, the auto polarity switch. Just make sure that the last bar down here says auto. You can get to that by clicking the set button to toggle through any of these tiers, and then clicking the right and left button until it says auto. So once I've gone through my settings, as soon as I hit the set button one last time, I'm ready to start treating. I'm gonna go ahead and add my water here. There's really no set amount of water that you have to add, as long as these blue foam inserts are nice and damp. You can see this is about all the water that I have here. This is probably more than I need. As long as it's not coming up over your fingertips or toes, you're good. I like to tell patients really the dividing line is kind of this tan line that you have in your hands. First, before I start treating, I want to make sure I remove any metal objects like my wedding ring here. It'll come off eventually. There we go. Okay, so I have my trays set up. I have all of my settings taken care of. I've got water added to the water trays. Now, I'm going to place my hands in. And you'll notice that the machine just beeped and has now started to count down. So really, as soon as you place your hands or feet in the trays, you don't need to press them down as long as they're resting comfortably and making contact with the water. It's now completed the circuit and the treatment has now started. You'll be sitting here for 20 minutes for your first treatment, and when it reaches 0, you'll hear a beep, and then you'll be safe to remove your hands. You'll notice when I removed my hands, the machine did beep to pause. You can see that it's paused right now. This will then allow me, if this is my first time doing it, to increase that milliampere until I get to a level. What you really want to feel is kind of a tingling, bubbly, almost as if your hands are starting to fall asleep, but you don't want it to be painful. It's not like the higher number will equal more effective, which a lot of patients confuse at first. And so that is walking you through setting up your Fischer Iontophoresis device and getting to treat for the first time. My name is Dan, and if you do have any questions, give us a call here at RA Fischer. Visit our website. We have a lot of great YouTube videos as well, and we're always interested in exploring your insurance options, anything like that, and our treatment specialists are here to help you whenever they can. All right, thank you very much. Talk to you next time.